All right, so for this assignment, I guess I'm going to share five people or five influences that really had an impact on me in my life. And when I look back on my journey, and I was thinking about this project, I realized it's not about just one person, but about people that shaped my leadership over the years. So first, it was my parents. I could have done my mom and my dad, but I decided to do them as one of my parents. The most significant influence in my life, my mom, she taught me to trust God. She taught me to stay humble, to work hard, regardless of the circumstances, regardless of how hard it gets, to trust God and keep working, keep moving. She demonstrated that leadership begins with character and faithfulness. And she also showed me that you don't have to have a title, you don't have to have a degree, you don't have to have some special job or position to make an impact on people. And you can lead your family, you can lead in your home, you can lead in the smallest of places, doing the smallest of things. My dad taught me the value of asking questions. So if you ask the right questions, as we always told me, if you ask the right questions and listen, people will tell you everything you need to know. And that has allowed me to survive in spaces that most people couldn't because I would ask questions and listen and learn how to navigate people and situations and circumstances just by asking questions and listening to what people say. So because of them, I care for humility and authenticity, strong family values, and a servant leader mindset. Next is Pastor Morrison, my pastor. He taught me how to study the Bible. He taught me the fundamentals of studying the Bible. That's all about the gospel. Jesus came, Jesus died, and he rose again. And everything must point back to that. And he showed me how to lead charitable efforts, how to lead in charities, how to lead services, how to lead an organization with multiple people that he's done for over 40 years, helping homeless people and people, needy people, people who were going on hard times and needed food. He set up a food pantry to specifically reach those people. His entire ministry is just that. So he taught me servant leadership, how it's not about me, but it's about serving others. It's about what do they need. It's about how can I benefit others with my work. And that has stuck with me because every time I do something or take something, a job or anything, it has to be meaningful to me. It has to be something that I can serve and helps not only myself, but someone else. And when I say help myself, I mean by giving my talents and my skills and my abilities and my time and money and whatever resource or whatever that is to whatever cause. And he taught me how to do that without even wanting nothing in return, without even expecting something in return that didn't even come across your mind. You don't even think, oh, I'm not getting paid for this. You do it because you love the people. So from him, I carry forward integrity, leadership responsibility, and a commitment to serving others, advocacy. And then third is the Bible itself. That's the third influence. It has shaped my understanding. It has shaped my leadership more than any other book I have read. Jesus is the perfect master, the teacher, servant leader. But throughout all the examples, we see Moses and Paul and all the apostles, we see servant leadership. We see people willing to serve others no matter the cost. And then the Bible also taught me that leadership requires advocacy. Jesus always advocated for people who could not speak for themselves. That was his whole focus and goal, was advocacy, compassion, sacrifice, and service. And so the Bible, which is all about Jesus, taught me that, people are not just resources, but the mission should serve the people. People are not resources to accomplish the mission. The mission is the people. No matter what organization you work for, the mission is always the people. Not the public, not the product, not the bottom dollar, the people. All those things or outputs or effects, necessary, important, yes. If you don't know how to treat the people, you've done nothing really. And I've learned that even when you can make a whole bunch of money, even when you're a millionaire, billionaire, very popular and famous and all these other things, important, got a lot of titles. If you don't know how to love people, if you don't know how to serve people, if you don't know how to care for people, it don't mean nothing. It's useless. Fourth is volunteering in service. That was my fourth influence. Serving through ministry. Been doing that for 20 years. Just in ministry, praying with people in churches and preaching and teaching and counseling and mentoring, working with juvenile justice programs, living in the community. It's not about recognition. A lot of these volunteering and community work, you're not recognized. People not praising you and saying what a good job you're doing. A lot of times it goes unnoticed. And so you really have to have a heart for what you're doing and a heart for people. So volunteering taught me how to serve others without expecting nothing in return. And some of the most meaningful leadership experiences have happened when there was no title, when there was no paycheck, when there was no public recognition, when nobody even knew I contributed or even helped in a situation. Those were the most meaningful experiences and time. Say, for instance, when you're talking to someone who is, down on their luck. It's a homeless guy that comes in Chick-fil-A all the time. Never has no money, But me and him connected automatically because I saw in him people who I always work with, who I always volunteer with. He had the same demeanor, the same attitude. People that are needed carry a certain type of energy. And you can immediately tell. And it's not because of what he was wearing, how he was acting. It was just because of the way he carried himself. So he started talking, and I was listening. I'm asking him questions about himself and his life, and I could tell that he didn't come out and say it, but again, just asking the right questions, I knew that he didn't have no place to stay. So I gave him a free card to eat, and he comes back in, gave him another card. He come back in, I ring up his food free. Every time he comes and I'm there, he gets a meal and a card from me. And that is probably the best feeling in the world, to be able to provide for someone in need and have the power and authority to be able to do it. Just being able to do something like that. Volunteering helped me to recognize a person like him is in need of some care. Is it a policy? Only people come in and feed them free? No, it's not. But it's something that I personally do because of my volunteering work. So he had his mom come in. He didn't show me pictures of his brother. He had his mom come in just to meet me. And it was all because I was nice to him. It was all because I took the time to listen to him. And then fifth, education. Throughout my academic journey, done a lot of schooling. Bachelor's degree, did 3 years of a master's degree. Well, about 2 years of a master's degree, 2 of which didn't even come to pass because I took too long. So I had to come back and do those 2 years over again. Finally finished my master's degree. And now I'm working on this doctorate degree. And it has taught me not just knowledge, theories and research and framework is all good, but it taught me to love knowledge, to love questions, to love learning, to love seeking answers, to love learning how things work and how things connect. Of all my educational experiences, that has been the main thing. It strengthened my love for learning and reminded me that effective leaders, they never stop growing. So when I look across these influences, I see several common themes: servant leadership, humility, faith, integrity, advocacy, and growth. These have shaped the leader I am today, and they continue to shape who I hope to become. It taught me that leadership is not about authority or position, it's about who you are. And transformative leadership, on top of that, has taught me that it is you, the one, that have to change and transform to be who you need to be for your people. It's not about authority or position. It's about serving others. It's about developing others. It's about encouraging others. It's about moving the needle in somebody else's life. Creating a positive change, creating a positive atmosphere, and then having strong values. Those are my 5 leadership influences. Thanks for listening.